I've suffered from IBS for as long as I can remember, and I heard about colonics, and I hesitated for quite a while before I decided to go ahead and see if it worked for me. And I had it done, and I was really pleased with the outcome. It wasn't painful, it wasn't uncomfortable. To begin with, I was a little bit embarrassed, but I soon relaxed, and Emily is really good at relaxing you anyway. So it was fantastic, and it really helped with my irritable bowel, and I'm coming back for more. It's great.
Hello, my name is Tracy. I came to see Emily because I've not been somebody that's been able to go to the toilet regularly. I've suffered with it probably all my life, and I was diagnosed with endometriosis 20 years ago, and I used to know that I needed to go to the toilet hours and hours before. I'd be crippled up in pain, and but I put up with it. And then about a year and a half ago, I did a diet which involved shakes, which then completely stopped me from going to the toilet. So I decided I needed to do something about it. So I found Emily, came along and saw Emily and had the colonic, and since then I've definitely been a lot better at going to the toilet, probably go every other day with no pain. I also used to take the flax seeds that Emily recommended, which proved to be very good. So I would definitely recommend having a colonic with Emily.
In August of this year, I had my first colonic treatment with Emily. Initially I was very apprehensive and nervous about what the treatment would entail and what would happen. But when I actually had the treatment and I saw Emily, I found that she was very professional, and also the treatment itself is very relaxing and easy to go through and over quite quickly. Then afterwards, I was hoping for some benefits in my digestion, because at the moment I suffer from IBS and malabsorption, and I was pleased to see that my digestion improves, and also that my energy, both mentally and physically, as in my thought process and physically bound to do things, was improved, and I seem to have a clearer train of thought. So the benefits were great. So if you think about colonic irrigation, you've never tried it before, I definitely recommend it. And Emily's.
Hi, I'm Laura. I decided to come to have a colonic as I suffer with a condition called AS, which is ankylosing spondylitis. I take a lot of medication for it and a lot of codeine-based painkillers which don't help my bowel. I've also suffered for many years, up to sort of 20 years, having taken laxatives, changing my diet, trying to get something to work for me. I was even prescribed sodium picosulfate, which they said would be very strong. It actually gave me a lot of pain, a lot of cramps, and took a long time really to sort of work for my system, and that actually didn't produce anything at the end. So my flare-up that I recently had in April sort of prompted me, that I felt so ill with all the medication, to come for a colonic just to clear my system out really, but actually it's worked to an advantage that now I do actually go regularly and I don't have that build-up and that problem, and I don't need to take any laxatives anymore. So I strongly recommend it to anybody who sounds like they may have a similar problem to myself.
My name's Jane Fox. I've been for 3 or 4 colonics now with Emily. The first one was about 3 years ago, and I came because I had irritable bowel syndrome. And I was quite nervous, but Emily's such a lovely lady, put me completely at ease. I trusted her completely, and she was very gentle, and actually it was much better than I expected. After that first colonic, about 12 hours later, I had a huge surge of energy, and I can only put that down to the colonic because I hadn't been doing anything else to give me the energy, which was great. So it obviously proved that whatever needed to come out had come out and had left me with more energy. I've just had a treatment now, and again Emily was really gentle and kind, and there was no real discomfort at all. The minor sort of feeling of gentle cramping, but then as soon as I mentioned it to her, she released what needed to be released, and really very gentle experience. And I feel fine again, so very relaxed. And I'm actually somebody who's got quite a nervous disposition, but I found this whole experience quite relaxing. Yes, I'd really recommend coming to see Emily. It's a good experience. It's a safe environment, and I think the benefits are great. Emily knows her stuff. She's been doing it for a long time and gives you great advice also about nutrition after the colonic, which is helpful. So come and see Emily.
So I came to see Emily at the garden room because I was suffering with IBS and sort of stress, and I had heard that colonics were really good for IBS. My experience has been really positive, and I have found that the colonic was much better than I thought it was going to be, and it wasn't as embarrassing as I thought it was going to be. Emily is very respectful and very professional, so the way it was carried out was in a room, and it was very discreet, so you could see what was going on if you wanted to, but you didn't have to, and it was all explained fully, so you didn't feel embarrassed or invaded or kind of strange. It was very productive, and it was interesting to kind of hear Emily telling me what was going on, and also be able to see what was kind of coming out the other end. And afterwards I felt cleansed and slightly lighter, and I found that the effects lasted for a few weeks, probably a good few weeks. I felt that I was more motivated to eat better and be more healthy, because I felt that everything had shifted a bit. I also found that the advice Emily gave me with regard to diet and health was invaluable, because I didn't know anything about flax seeds and how things like that help your gut. I don't know what the right word is, gut, I suppose, and things like probiotics, and so the additional advice was brilliant.
I had a colonic with Emily, and she made me feel really at ease and really comfortable, and it's not scary at all, and it was much more of an emotional cleanse for me. I managed to let go of a lot of negative feelings and thoughts and things that were holding me back, and I feel now that it helped me really move on. It was really good, and of course the physical side of it as well was fantastic. You should get a colonic.
Hello, I just want to share with you my experience of having the colonic irrigation. Basically, I suffered from having quite a bloated stomach and an uncomfortable stomach after eating, and this had gone on for quite some months. I tried all the over-counter remedies, and nothing seemed to work at all. So someone kind of recommended me to give colonic irrigation a try. So I booked an appointment with Emily Mumford, and initially I was quite nervous about going, really, but on arrival I found that the place was very homely indeed, and Emily was very professional. I really felt I was in very good hands. So basically the colonic itself lasted for about 45 minutes, and it wasn't uncomfortable at all, and I felt actually it was quite relaxing. After the colonic I felt completely relieved. My stomach felt completely flat, and basically I had the colonic some months ago, and it still feels really flat, and I can eat now, and I don't have any problems with bloating. I feel that my complexion's improved a lot, and my energy levels have gone right up, so basically it's really sorted my condition out, so I'm really quite happy about it.
Hi, I decided to have a colonic irrigation.
I'm just thinking I'm going to cough now.
Hi, I decided to have a colonic irrigation due to the fact that I'd suffered from IBS for quite a considerable length of time, and I was recommended to Emily and went along and found the whole experience incredibly relaxing, and certainly afterwards felt invigorated, and would thoroughly recommend having a colonic irrigation in the future for anyone who needs to have a little pick-me-up. Thank you.
Coming to see Emily for colonics for about a year now, and I initially came because I have occasional dermatitis on my hands. I've done a lot of stuff with my diet to try and help it, and I had some improvement, but I thought I'd try colonics, and within a few hours of having a session my hands were beginning to heal. Now I found the most helpful thing to do is to come once a month, and that in combination with probiotics has meant that my hands are nearly always perfect. Yeah, I was a little bit nervous before I came, but Emily has a really good way of making you feel comfortable and at ease. We've got this really nice routine of when I come now, we have her snuggle colonics where you're wrapped in a blanket and you're all warm and cosy, and actually the whole process is a really relaxing meditative experience, and so not only is it a physical release, it also feels like a really big energetic release in that you can just release lots of old and stagnant emotions. So after a colonic I always feel much lighter, my skin feels clearer, and it just feels like that's what my body needs.
Hello, my name is Colin. I've come from my colonic irrigation today, and I've just had it with Emily, and it was a wonderful experience. The reason I came today is because it's my birthday treat. So I was given this experience, and it's been really good. I've enjoyed it a lot. I arrived about an hour and a half ago and was warmly welcomed by Emily, who took me into a treatment room, who explained the procedure. It's my first ever time, so I was feeling just a little bit nervous, and Emily explained what had happened. I previously looked at some of the videos on her website, which are really good, so I recommend looking at those first of all, because they explain it. And Emily did an assessment of me. She asked me about my medical history, my diet, any issues that I might have with bowel movements at the moment, and I'm happy to say I don't have any. And then we got into the colonic irrigation. So there was a mild bit of discomfort as the tube was inserted into me, but only my reaction to it. And then Emily got underway with the irrigation itself, which I think lasted for just over half an hour. And I could feel the water coming into me, quite comfortable, no anxiety at all, and that went on. So all in all, a great experience. I was very happy. Afterwards, I had a little bit of relaxation time just for my body to relax again, and I'm now feeling great. So thank you, Emily. It's a great service you do, and keep it up.
So I first came to see Emily a number of years ago because I needed to let go of some stuff in my life, and a friend of mine I think had recommended to come. So I came along actually with a friend, which was a really good idea, but not necessary at all. I'm just very struck by Emily's sweetness, and she's just got a very appropriate character for the job. Light-hearted but very caring and very clean and very accurate and just a real sweetheart. So yeah, I still come for treatments now. I don't know how many years it is, but it must be a few. It must be maybe 3. Yeah.
I had my first colonic 6 years ago. A friend had had one and she felt so full of energy that I wanted to try it too. I'm slightly intolerant to wheat, so I was hoping to improve my digestion. Amazingly, as a side effect, I found the horrible PMT I'd always suffered with completely disappeared. This had something to do with the cleansing effect, helping to give my body a rest from dealing with the waste in my colon and giving my body time to balance my hormones. I regularly see Emily to maintain this balance, which has brought an amazing change to my life. I always feel very relaxed with Emily, and now see a colonic as the best possible healthy treat I can give myself.
Hi, my name's Jeff. About 4 years ago I came to see Emily for a colonic treatment. The reason being the doctor had put me on a 3-month alcohol ban because I'd had some severe stomach problems. In addition, I suffered a little bit of IBS. So I came and had the colonic treatment, very nervous about it, but Emily soon put me at ease. Had the treatment and it was fine. And moments after I'd had it I felt much lighter in weight. Home, and the following few days turned into weeks. I felt much healthier, much better in myself. The IBS virtually disappeared. The alcohol issues have all but cleared up. Still have some occasionally, as I'm allowed by the doctor. But all in all, my stomach problems got loads better and almost disappeared.
Hello, I had a colonic with Emily and it was wonderful. You should go and get one too. She is such a lovely lady and she makes you feel really at ease in that vulnerable, strange place that you're probably anticipating right now. You completely forget all of that. It is just lovely. She's very attentive and caring and makes sure that you're very comfortable. And it is not bad. It's really not bad. Honestly, really. I wanted to get a colonic because I didn't feel very good. I really didn't. And I got a colonic. I did it, and I just felt so good afterwards. Really, really did. Yeah, definitely. It was more of an emotional thing for me rather than a physical thing. Like physically, I definitely benefited from it. But I eat quite well, and I think it was definitely more about expelling emotional baggage that I was carrying because just as the same as we put food and drink in us, that needs to come out, and obviously that's a big part of the colonic. And we also hold on to a lot of emotional things, a lot of memories, ideas, just lots of bad feelings that this colonic really helped me get rid of those. It was just a way of releasing and letting go and just saying to myself I can move on, and I feel much better for it. I think it's just something that you have to do before you can understand. Yeah, but it's really, really lovely and you should do it.
So I came to see Emily because I was experiencing a lot of bloating in my stomach, lower stomach or bowels. Had lots of wind and just kind of discomfort basically. I wanted to treat myself a birthday present to see if a colonic would create any difference, and it has changed my life. It's changed the way that I approach food and the eating experience. I was put really at ease with Emily's approach, and when she asked if I chewed my food, I was quite shocked. But actually what it's done is really given me the opportunity to really kind of sit with that and think about my relationship to food and my relationship to kind of the digestion process, be it one of physical or be it one of mental. So it's been really useful for me on many levels. And Emily's kind of with me in a little way every time I eat. My bloating does seem to be less as well, and the flatulence is less. I generally felt pretty amazing directly afterwards. Really clean. I had much more awareness of actually what was in my whole stomach area and how it all worked. So I'd recommend it to everyone. I decided to come for a colonic treatment because I'd heard that it's good for cleaning out toxins and any remaining stuff in your body that really needs to come out. I found the whole experience quite comfortable, better than I had actually imagined it would be. The end result is that it makes you feel sort of fresh and ready to start eating foods again, and not so sort of clogged up and bloated, and it was very good.
A few years ago I got involved in creating new business, which was a much bigger project than I'd expected, and it took 5 years to actually bring to fruition. At the end of which I found that I'd burnt myself out. I'd put heart and soul into it, but in the process I had run out of energy completely. A few years after that, 3 or 4 years after that, I could not get myself back up to full health. I then found out that actually I'd got adrenal burnout, and the advice then was to do some lifestyle changes, but to completely change my diet, and also very importantly apparently to clear my colon. I didn't know about colonic irrigation at that point, but then I found a practitioner, and it took her 4 treatments before the whole length of my colon was clear. This took place over I suppose a few months, so it wasn't as if it was one a week. So at the end of that quite pleasant experience actually, I found the whole of my colon was clear. Then I could take to my new diet, which was no wheat and no dairy and no fruit. So then my colon had a chance to be able to take on the nutrients of the vegetables and the protein and the such like that I was actually eating. And within 6 months I felt I was actually back to pretty much optimum health, which I found quite remarkable. So I still maintain the diet, and now I roughly have a colonic once a year in order to maintain my colonic health. So I have to say I don't think I'd be in such a good state of health as I am today without having the colonics and the experienced hand of a colonic irrigation specialist.
Hi there, my name's Shelley and I'm a complementary therapist, and I just wanted to speak a little bit today about having colonic irrigation. I have found myself that after having a huge detox for 2 weeks and a liver cleanse 2 years ago, I'd been suffering from grieving quite badly after losing 2 very close people in my life, and I found that it helped emotionally and with mental clarity too. If we understand that, things go very deep in our bodies at a cellular level, it stands to reason really that we can gain more mental clarity, and we can let go of our emotions better and release those emotions to work towards a much brighter future. It's not about containing or making ourselves stuck in the grieving process, but it does give us a little bit of a helping hand. When our digestive system is not working properly, it causes a lot, holds us back, and also on a physical level it's been much better for me, because I think if we inner cleanse, we can get much brighter skin and our nail growth and our hair growth, and of course it gives us lots more energy. But my personal experience has been not just the physical positivity from the colonics, but the mental and emotional releasing, which has been absolutely fantastic. Please don't think about unknown fears too much. Please try it, because having colonics with Emily Mumford is very relaxing. It brings you much harmony, and you know, you do feel very relaxed in her presence, and she makes things very, very comfortable for you. So I hope that you will try it. If you don't try it, you'll never know. And I wish you well on your colonic journeys. Thank you very much for listening.